3, 2, 1, action!
Hi, and welcome to My Kids Locker, and this is Empathy Tales. So this is an opportunity for you to hear a story that I'm telling my kids late at night on August 31st, 2018, and the story is going to be about empathy and compassion and how we show kindness to each other. The stories that I'm going to tell are all about how we can learn to be better people and how we can help other people. But it involves fairies and wizards and goblins and villagers and queens and kings and princesses and princes. And I hope that you enjoy this story. So today's story is The War That Had No Name. Once upon a time, long time ago, there used to be a girl who lived in a small village on the edge of a cliff. She lived with her mother and her father, and they lived a very quiet life. Now, in their kingdom, there was a village a little bit ways up the path, and above the village was this very large castle, and in the castle lived a king who was hurt and who was sick. And in his sickness, he became very, very angry. Now, when he became very, very angry, it was because he was in so much pain. He had developed really bad back pain, and his arms hurt, and his body hurt. And because of his sorrows and his anger and his grief, they would just continue to get larger and larger and larger. One day, there was a visiting wizard, and the wizard came to the door of the castle. And the wizard was from a neighboring kingdom, and he was very poor, and he was very hungry. And he came and knocked on the door of that castle. Now the king, in his pain, opened the door of the castle, and he said to the wizard, "Hello, hi, how can I help you?" And the wizard said, "I am very hungry, and I need a place to stay tonight. Would you be able to house me, and I can stay the night?" And the king said, "No, but I do know a family with a husband and a wife and a little girl who live on the side of a cliff that I'm sure would be able to take you in." So the wizard turned to him and said, "I am sad that you wouldn't take me in." And the king said, "I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I am in pain, and I can't take this pain anymore. I cannot help you, and I need you to leave now," in a very angry way. So the wizard, with his head down, turned his back to the king, and he went slowly down the hill to the village. There, the wizard talked to a couple villagers, and the villagers pointed him in the way of the husband and wife and girl. So as the wizard walked along, he noticed that there was a large mountain behind him that was very close to the castle. And he also noticed that there was an ocean that was raging down below the cliffs. And he looked at the mountains, and he was in awe at how beautiful these mountains were. And he looked at the water, and he looked at how raging the waters were. And as he walked, he started to whisper spells and say to the sea, "Sea, become a person and walk with me. Mountain, come down from the mountain and walk with me. And as he said that, he could see smoke coming out from the mountain, and he realized that mountain that he just whispered was a volcano. And he kept on walking until he met the house. By that time it was late at night, and he knocked on the door, and he said, "Hi, I'm a wizard, and I need a place to stay overnight. I am weary and I'm tired. I've been to the king, but the king has rejected me, and in his anger he has sent me to your house." The family, with all their warmth and comfort, they welcomed him in, and he was able to have a place to sleep. He was well fed, and the next morning they woke up. When they woke up, they saw two people sitting on their porch. There was a man with a beard, all in gray, and he had red flaming hair. There was also a woman sitting there, and she was all in blue, and her hair was very, very wavy. As the wizard got up very early, he left the house without even saying goodbye to them. And as the couple and the girl woke up, they noticed these strangers sitting on their porch. So they proceeded to go up to them, and they said, "Hello, can we help you?" The man with the red flaming hair said, "There will be a war, and the war will be the mountain against the ocean." And then the woman turned to them and said, "The ocean will be at war with the mountain. But because of your kindness to the wizard, you will be saved." And with that, they both stood up. They started walking away. And with that, they waved both of their hands, and there was a huge wall that protected their house. Now, the family didn't know what exactly happened, and they don't know why, but they do know that what has happened is that there was two mysterious people who obviously cast a spell on them. So as they went on, they realized that this was serious, and the woman and the man proceeded to walk to the village. Now, as they walked to the village, the woman behind her was the water started raging, and then what happened was the man started to wave his hands up, and the mountain started to flow lava down. Now, the wizard had cast this war, and the man and woman went to the steps of the king and knocked on the door and said, "King, king, because of your anger and because of your rejection to the wizard, there will be a war with no name, because the lava will flow down from the mountains, and the waters will rage from the sea. And only can there be true peace and love and caring when you are able to let go of your pain and recognize that you have people who care for you and love you." And with that, they turned around and walked away. At that very moment, the lava started rolling down the mountains, and it started going close to the cliffs, and the water started raging higher and higher and higher, and went and hit the lava. And you could see the new land that was forming because of the lava. The villagers became scared. The king became scared. And the king decided the only way to be able to save the villagers and himself were to go to that family. So they ran down to the wall that was surrounding the one house. and they went over the wall, and all of them were there. The village was quite small, so there wasn't that many villagers. And as the lava came down, it started to affect the walls, and the people were crying, and the king proceeded to go up onto the wall, and he saw the man standing over by the lava, and he saw the woman standing on the rock in the water. And he said and cried out to them, I am sorry for my pain. My pain, my heart, and my body caused me to give pain to other people, and please forgive me. I'm sorry for my pain. And at that very moment, the woman put her hands down, and the man put his hands down. And at that very moment, the mountain proceeded to stop flowing lava, and the woman stopped with the waves of the ocean. He said to them, man of the mountain and woman of the oceans, you both are valuable to me, and we love you and care for you. And please forgive us of our deeds and help us to renew. And with that being said, the wizard came through up to the wall, and he said, I am back, and we forgive you. But from this moment on, we are going to remember this very moment as being the war without a name, because you need to recognize and remember always that even though we have pain in our hearts and pain in our body, we have to always remember to choose kindness and to be caring to those around us. Whether it is handing a hand of help, or giving a kind word, or giving shelter to a person that knocks on your door, choosing kindness is the most important thing, and it will continue to help and provide and gain relationships. And with that, the king fell on his knees, and he said, from now on, I will have a statue in the middle of our village of the man of the mountain and the woman of the seas and the wizard there. And all three of you will be a reminder of compassion and the importance of remembering the war without a name. And with that, the sun rose again, and they knew that it was a new beginning. The end.
And this was produced by Victoria Wolders, and the person who set it up and made those background noises, James Wolders. And the giggles were James Wolders and Sarah Wolders. And the person that was talking during the thing was Mike Wolders. And he did those interruptions because we thought we paused it, but we didn't really pause. So if that's not too complicated, sorry for if this is issue. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's the end of our show.
And with that, we are going to end our session today. Thank you so much for listening to An Empathy Tale, August 31st, 2018. The story is called The War Without a Name.
And the Empathy family.
And it's part of the Empathy Tales series. Please join us again and come visit me on my website at mykidslocker.com. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
3, 2, 1.